Hey collective, how are you doing? I hope you are good and well, and I hope that the background noise isn't too wild today. I can't close the doors because the cats are actually sitting on top of the door frame and they are having a great time. So I'm not going to ruin the experience for them, but I do have a lot to discuss today. That is a bird, I believe, and that is way more than a chirp today. But as a shaman, we take the signs from spirit, animals, our surrounding environment really seriously. So we're going to heed that message from that bird out there going, it's time, speak, speak. The message must be delivered to the collective. And we're going to come forward today and we're going to look at a masculine and a feminine that have flown out of the deck before I really got to begin. I'm looking at a high priestess masculine in the sun, really basking in this brand new beginning. And I'm looking at a feminine who is closing out an old cycle and is incredibly intelligent. A high priest masculine and a highly evolved, intelligent feminine are now facing me. And I'm assuming that's someone I'm connecting with today, and we're going to collect the evidence, the tea, the news. We're going to find out what's going on with these two. One of them is highly spiritual and it appears to be the masculine, and he appears to be presenting an offer, love, a ring, marriage. A rose is what he's holding in his hand, and it's bright red, and it's a message of true love, purity, an offering, really genuine love coming forward. The feminine, she's standing there with her hands on her hips. She's got a little bit more of an attitude, a little bit more icy, and she's got a plan. She's got a mission. She's got a plan of action. She's got decisions that need to be made. So one's coming forward in a more loving vibration. Masculine's presenting with a lot of loving, feminine energy, I would say. But the feminine herself in this reading is going, I haven't even got all the time for you to adore me and all of my curves and sensuality, because I've got things to do. Real powerful go-getting feminine here who's about making that bank, making that business, making that deal. And I don't feel that deals with that masculine necessarily, but I do feel that this woman has other fish to fry. Yeah? So we're going to dive deeper into that. It's really interesting beginning energy, yeah? Shuffling with you guys live today. And I'm taking a really unique approach with what I'm doing reading-wise. I'm just going with the flow. I am the Hermitologist. I have loads of readings out across the channel over the last 2 to 3 years. And we're looking at all zodiacs, but we're looking at collective readings too. We talk about corporate sometimes. Sometimes we also do dive into the future and give you future predictions about really important things like the weather, retail industry, technology. Go and look at the playlist. There's a lot we discuss here, okay? But the first thing I want to hone in on with these cards coming out like this is the masculine, who could be an older man, is going very, very slowly, but very, very sharply towards this destined other. Now, this masculine appears to have seen or be privy to, exposed to, a beautiful feminine who has not reached her full light yet. That's what I want to say. I'm looking at something that cannot always be seen by the naked eye. That's the phrase I want to use. And I'm fully channeling with you guys today because I felt guided to. So a lot of the stuff I say and a lot of stuff I do is not personal opinion from me. It's just saying whatever comes to my mind, and that's what I'm getting, not to the naked eye, because this feminine is only now formalizing, becoming formal. So this gives me work, this gives me corporate, this gives me business, but it's this man has been in the trees, in the bushes, away, yeah? A hermit, a nomad. This man could be seen as a nobody, yeah? He's well off in his own right, and that doesn't need to be riches. He's got everything he needs in the bushes, in the leaves, what surrounds him. He's stable and grounded. Gives me a real kind of hermit, seer, sage, nomad, someone who has their own absolutely everything and lives peacefully by themselves in their own cocoon, in their own cave, in their own space. This man has been watching this feminine who has only now started to shine, yeah? All of the pieces of this feminine have been so ethereal, so light, so unseen, that it's now, only now, coming into full view of the masculine. And as a result, the masculine is now becoming more absorbed and more present and coming more out of the cave to engage with this energy, because this feminine is flourishing. I say that in this most interesting way I possibly can, because when we bounce back to the feminine energy, the feminine's cold. Like I said, the feminine is the sage, breaking through illusion with the sword of truth here. So what I'm looking at with this feminine, she is not paying attention again to this masculine in the rear view, yeah? So it could be someone from your past, yeah? And see where you feel positioned, because we've got a forward-facing feminine who is cutting through bullshit, lies and deceit, and we've got a masculine who is really chill in the background, watching and analysing, but encroaching. This masculine is slowly encroaching, but this feminine is a bad bitch, boss bitch, rude, ignorant, emotional, determined, dreadful, I want to say. I want to throw out a lot of negative words to describe the feminine, and then I want to go, well, that's just stereotypes, and you're just stereotyping a powerful woman who's got a fucking opinion, so hold off on that. But then I do want it to be known, because the masculine would then resonate with a female who's just doing the most, not fazed by it, desiring it, encroaching on the feminine. But the feminine has got a bitch motive, and that's most interesting to me, because she's got a bigger plan. So for once in this love story, we don't have a feminine craving love and craving all of the things that a divine feminine supposedly would, but we've got the masculine doing it, which is nice, because it shows we're looking at somewhat of a yin and yang connection, and we're looking at a feminine in her divine masculine energy and a masculine in his divine feminine energy. We're looking at absolute harmony in the connection, because the feminine showing up masculine, presenting, spiritually talking, yeah? And vice versa, the masculine is showing up in his feminine energy, spiritually speaking. Which then shows you that there's this warmth and this intrinsic knowing and this letting go and this beautiful serendipitous flow that can only come from fluidity. There is no insecurity or shame or embarrassment or need to surrender to the feminine energy or power yourself up through the masculine vibration. Yeah? In the middle, which is grounding this whole reading, and it's the main reason we're here today, we're looking at a real decision that is not only needs to be made, but it will transform the reality of both people involved. There's a conversation, two-tiered communication that is going to shift the lives of both of these people. If you live with each other, have lived with each other, have been discussing living with each other. That's extra confirmation for you. Like I keep getting under the same roof. In this connection, it's giving me people that are not in a relationship. So when I said under the same roof, in my head, I'm sitting there going, so what is this, roommates? What is this? And like shared living, but you're not officially together? Because someone's under a roof with this person already, but it's not official. But then others of you are moving under the same roof. That could be business related as well, though, because then I get the same kind of floor, the same kind of department. I see both of you becoming one underneath that kind of cave I described that the masculine had. So it's not like you're going to the masculine's cave, which could be a bachelor pad, right? But it is actually a new location where both of you create a new cave together. So there's a cave upgrade instead of living in the bachelor pad, yeah? Or the old office space. It's weird because this woman is so focused on business, I keep wanting to talk corporate and office space and desks and setup and the building that we're in and the foyer and stuff like that. That's where I want to go. But the masculine constantly comes back in with that love presenting, talking about more of a harmonious home life, which is really gorgeous, okay? Once again, I wasn't expecting this reading, and I hope you can hear me well and there's not too much background inference. But I'm going to shuffle a little bit more and see if anything else wants to come out. Wow. Now, what's presenting straight away in a really, really gorgeous way is God's plan, yeah? I'm looking at God's plan, and I'm looking at God stepping in here and taking the lead. Now, it makes me want to cry a little bit because I'm a hopeless romantic and I think it's beautiful. But what's standing out to me most of all is a really, really simple fact that this woman needs this man and this man needs this woman for exactly the reasons we spoke about for the last 12 minutes. That feminine energy within the masculine and that masculine energy within that feminine. I'm just talking about the ability to be so beautifully aligned to yin and yang. Yeah? The masculine is 100% masculine, but he has this ability to understand feminine energy so well. And the way that he nurtures this feminine who has been forced into her masculine vibration is exactly what she needs. So I wanted to say to climax, but I'm talking about a climax beyond sex. I'm talking about a climax of a story, a climax of a movie. The card coming out with the feminine in this story is the World card. That's the climax. That's the end of the story. The card coming out with him is the Sun. There's and the High Priest. It's this eternal godly energy, and he's bringing God's energy with him, the masculine. So the masculine's presenting as some kind of hierophant, high priest, really strong, powerful, moral, integritous man. And this woman is coming through as a real go-getter businesswoman who is not seeking money and gluttony and craving romance and love and all this whimsical shit. She's about her business and she is focused and she is prepared to dismiss this masculine at any minute if it is not in line with her mission and her task and her to-do list. And that's gorgeous because that energy attracts the masculine, and then his energy then restores some love and light into that feminine who's so driven by her mission to succeed in business. Yeah? Fascinating. And then with that, the masculine is also presenting with this angelic core energy, like there's this angel showing up with this money. So I'm looking at a angelic form of abundance. I said that this masculine has it all, and it may not be riches, but he has it all in the way where he always has enough. His mindset is abundance. And he looks at the feminine with that same eye of abundance. Prosperity and abundance, so natural and ethereal. And I think, because looking at the feminine's cards, she is going to have a tower moment where she speaks on something, or is told something, or has a real intimate moment with this masculine that completely brings this into the material world and grounds this, and the awakening begins to occur. Because the joined energy here, the energy joining both of these individuals is the money card and the new moon card. It's a brand new beginning here. Well, actually, this can be seen as the full moon card as well. Sometimes I bounce between the two. So we're looking at the full moon and the new moon as really significant windows of time. We've just come out of the full moon. Just had to pause and assess when that was. 29th of July was the last full moon. We're now at the 1st of August. But these are timeless readings. So whenever you watch this, whatever full moon you've just left, the new moon you're going into is really transformative. Because it looks like something is coming into being in this relationship and connection, and it's materializing what everybody wants. So this business woman is going to materialize what she wants, and this masculine filled with love, this bachelor, is going to get what he wants. And it's not like this bachelor doesn't want business accrements and success, and it's not like this feminine doesn't want love, but they're so steadfast on what they do want without wavering that somehow, like magnets attracting, they become unified. Whereas if she was craving love and he was craving love, the toxicity would be more dominant, because now they want the same thing, and how's it going to look and how are they going to manifest it? They're manifesting total different things into their reality that they want. Once again, not dismissing the other things that they also want, but the one thing that they've chosen to really prioritize and make the center of their reality, the center of their ecosystem, the micro of it all, is what is making this relationship flourish now. Interesting story coming out. I can see there's been maybe writer's block, struggle in the relationship or connection to work out what to say, to deliver the message, to send the text, to send the email, to sign on the dotted line, to for the feminine in regards to business contracts and stuff like that, negotiations. I want to speak about NDAs a little bit as well, about what should or shouldn't be said and how much you expose yourself or open yourself up. The negotiation, do you haggle? Do you kind of barter? Do you undercut someone? Do you play down their value? There are a lot of conversations here about that old life and that old manipulative streak. I feel like we've got a masculine and a feminine from both different walks of life, or different focal points, different points of view, one thinking love, one thinking money, and they're both going, right, well, I'm not going down the route of my exes, and she's going, I'm not going down the route of the failed business mistakes I've made in the past. So when they're doing their contracts and they're making their deals and they're assessing and associating, I want to say, they're making sure that they're not crossing any boundaries or borders that would ruin the ascent of this relationship. First card coming out, Four of Cups. Now, this couple are being drawn towards each other. They have had potentially secret dealings, meeting in quiet, secluded, private areas, secret communication, and the conversation's always really intimate and secret, really, really quiet and hush, really, really reserved. Both of them are, and the conversations that are being had are always very serious, majestic. I want to say they're important, and they're just small blips of time, small windows of time where these two can get together and just have that thing that they have, which is really, really important to them. But on top of that, we've got the Queen of Swords coming out. So I'm looking at now a third party situation where another woman is looking at this masculine and pining over him. This masculine has others. Wow. This just got interesting. I just had to pause, run to the toilet to take a moment because we are now shifting, okay? So I'm running for a Celtic spread, and I've just identified, after all of the lovely things I've just said about this masculine, there is a third party situation here in this story, and there is somebody looking at this masculine, a feminine, and she is potentially doing magic, sorcery, trying to move in towards this masculine. It is going to create an absolute tower moment, because the truth is indeed going to come out about why there's been a lack of movement forward in a specific connection. So whoever's been on the outside in this connection and hasn't been having the secret rendezvous and the secret conversations and meeting and talking to each other in secret, they are burdened by not knowing where they stand, because they think they're on a break, they think they're on a pause, they think they're going to get back together. They're pining over somebody who isn't theirs. Interestingly enough, because I just bitched about it on X, it's giving me Blueface, Nevaeh and Krishan. If you know who they are, there's a little love triangle going on with them right now. And Blueface is now on his third baby mother, who is about to give birth with her first child for him, but her second child naturally. And he's cheated on her with Krishan, his ex, and now Krishan is on the internet kind of crying and emotional, saying she wants him back. It gives me that whole story, which is a real shame, because before that story cropped up, he was moving forward with his new love, you know? But we're going to keep this general and not get lost in the gossip blogs today. But it's a sad situation, because there is a genuine connection. And there is toxicity that is now about to be expelled entirely, once and for good. So this feminine, who is creating a tower moment because she is lying to herself, or she's forcing herself into the situation, or like, if you wouldn't want to be cheated on, and you've been in a toxic relationship already with this person and been cheated on, why would you want to go back to that toxicity? Why would you want to go into a relationship where that person's prepared to cheat? Yeah? It's just, let's go there. Nevaeh has let Blueface cheat on her. She's pregnant, she just tolerates it and goes with it, whatever. Acts like it's not a big deal and just forgives him and carries on. Devastating for us to witness and watch. But for me, it goes to a whole new level of low when the ex-baby mother knows this, watches this, sees this, and then still intervenes and desires to try and take that man back. It's like, come on. Where do we have a little bit more self-worth? And I don't want to be rude and hurt these young girls' feelings, but Nevaeh is not showing any self-respect, and Krishan's not showing any self-respect. And Blueface thrives on that kind of behaviour, because he's going to choose women that are soft and submissive to him. And Nevaeh is saying, it's okay if you cheat, I'm going to take you back. So of course he's going to fucking cheat. And then Krishan is going, any opportunity to be with you and I'll take it. If that means I have to break up your relationship, I'll do it. She does not need him. Her relationship with him has been toxic. We've all watched it. She has a son who is not in the healthiest states for a young child who's kind of been born. So her whole focus should be getting his health up to the most highest level, the most optimal level of health that a young child could be at. Not worrying about a man who doesn't even claim that child as his own. It's devastating for me to say. I don't want to talk about anybody else and their children. But her relationship with Blueface has been toxic. And they both brought a child in this world together. Whether or not Blue is saying it is or isn't his. The whole pregnancy they were together. And now she needs to make sure that her gorgeous son has the best possible life. And she needs to focus on him entirely, not her relationship. And it's sad to know that after all this time, she's still swerving her focus in the wrong direction. Because her child needs all of her time. And Nevaeh is now giving birth soon. And she needs to prioritise her newborn. And she already has one who has to witness Blue make awful comments about you have no potential and all you're good for is sucking beep. And what else did he say? Tearing down a woman in front of her child is awful. And she shouldn't allow that. And allow her son to have to witness that. He's only going to grow up and speak to her like shit. But he should also know better than to encourage that kind of behaviour. And there's a new baby coming into that environment. Sad. Really, really sad. So that's the example I want to give. There's loads of toxicity out there. And everyone has problems in their relationships. And it's easy for me to throw stones from my ivory tower and be a developmentalist and just talk about different social groups and what's going on there. It's not really fair, but I'd rather say something than not say anything, because I am an empath, I am a highly sensitive person, and I am a black woman that is also mixed, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad to see this, because I know what ancestral curses are, and I know that they're real, and I know what it means for children to have a really shit start in life because their parents were too toxic to deal with the issue. Too wrapped in their own emotions, not dealing with their mental health, focusing on all the wrong things. So, however that resonates, please take that and leave what doesn't. But we're then moving through this energy with a independent breakaway. So we could be looking at a separation of absolutely everybody in order for this rebirth to take place. This is just taking a turn, because on one hand I see the businesswoman walking away and focusing on her business and potentially not even entertaining this masculine at all. If he's tethered to a third party and toxicity, someone will walk away and leave this connection for good and not give any love to this man. And this man has genuine love as well. Like I said, beautiful things about this man, really beautiful energy. But this man, this woman is prepared to walk away and leave this man in the dust. If he's coming at her with any Blueface style drama, she's out the door. And she will not be coming back, and she will do it all on her own. And the thing is, I think that this man knows that if he offers this feminine anything, he could lose. Either way, this man is going, if I offer it to her in a really quiet, soft way and just kind of don't make it obvious, but just try, low-key, I might have a chance that way. Or do I go full-blown, hey, direct, I really want you, and then see how it goes? Either way, there is a new beginning here but the masculine is teetering, tottering between what approach to take. Do I go in low key? Do I go in full blown? Either way, there's intimacy here. Like, I don't want, like, it's interesting, because there's a part of me that wants to talk about this feminine taking no bullshit, but for some reason, it all ends with these two having a new beginning together. So if there is an ex in the background, a baby mother in the background, a colleague, a business partner, a landlord, a tenant, anyone in the way, they're getting blasted out the way. And everyone's standing on their own independence. It feels like everyone's getting their own independence before these two come together. Like, whatever loose ends need to be tied up, they'll be tied up, and everyone will stand alone. And the moment you stand alone and lock in independently as you, masculine or feminine, then suddenly the gateways are open, and the time is now, and the portal is clear. I want to say the portal is now, the time is clear. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but all of those kind of words, you're activated and you're ready to move to this feminine. And once again, the feminine is not moving to anyone, because the masculine in two different images is now approaching the feminine. One from behind and one from the front. Either approach works, because this feminine knows what she wants. Gorgeous. We're going to leave it there, and we're going to pray that there is healing for that third party energy that came in towards the end and tried to ruin a beautiful new beginning, okay? Because that third party energy is just a kind of a karmic return, a flash in the pan, a quick incident, just to make sure everyone's really clear about where we're going. Because that third party is just making sure that masculine checks that he is really, really free and single and devoted to this new love. And the feminine is also making sure there is no energy or no part of her that is going to hold on to anything toxic. And her morals and integrity have been checked. And she's going, if you are going to fucking waste my time, if you are going to cheat on me, if you are going to not be anyone, if you need to be a benefit to my life. Not a deficit, not a negative. So if you're bringing anything negative over here, you will get cut. And it's the fact that all she's had to do is say that or show that in some way, and that's immediately made sure that the masculine knows, no, I'm all in, and I'm not going to lose you or lose this. I'm prepared to go all the way here, and I'm going to make sure you know it. And whether I approach really lightly or if I go full blown with you, it's not even going to matter, because the consciousness is already there, because some kind of subliminal conversation or other messages have been had in the background or around the way that have made it clear that we all know where we stand, right? We all know what this really is for us, don't we? And that is the start of a beautiful new marriage, I want to say. Yeah? There's no major rings out here. I do see one ring in one of these images. But because the masculine's presenting again and again, he wants to go all the way. Yeah? He's bringing that rose. I've got multiple images of him offering that rose and going, I want this to be cemented. I want this to be material. I want this to be grounded. This could be money again, and contracts and business deals, and once again housing, getting a home together. But it's that offering of going, I want this to be a strong commitment, and I want this to lead to so much more for us. Here is me showing you that. Yeah? And whether he screams it or whether or not he does it in a really light-hearted way, the energy does not lose its commitment and truth, I guess. Yeah? Weird way to go today in a reading, guys. Let me know how you found it. I'm sending you love and light and healing energy, okay? Namaste.